Oh. Oh. My bad. I didn't know that the other microphone didn't work. Oh, man. I'm gonna redo this stream, guys. God, nobody could tell me, oh, your audio's muted. Oh, jeez, you guys. You realize that I'm giving you millions of dollars worth of software, teaching you how to build it, and no one can say your mic's muted. Ugh. It's not your fault. I blame you. Let's blame the coffee. That's what programmers do. All right. Well, howdy. We're back. The stream health is terrible. I think I'm just going to redo this one, because apparently I was muted the whole time. I actually set it up properly this time. It was Camo Studios garbage. Actually, it's a bug or something, because it used to work. Man, if any of this that we're doing would just work right, I wouldn't know how to do any of this. So, here's what happened. You got to generate these JSONs yourself. You have to set up a Visual Studio project because you need all the project and solution files for VS Code as well. And it's not going to generate any of that for you. So what you got to do is you got to create it, and then you got to go into the shared items project and add in your own, not using precompiled headers, your own language standard, multiprocessor compilation, because the static library VS doesn't need it. But the shared library in the basically what we're doing is we're setting up VC projects or VS projects as make file. It's kind of like a make file, like a CMake list. So, and then these JSONs, they're basically the same thing all over again. So what you got to do, last night I had the problem of the version, the SDK version. So I had to include Windows. That's what the problem was there. And then we had to get these VC projects and set these up properly manually with its own relative pathing and stuff. And then we had to get these set up properly so we could make our own build and clean modes like this. Clean, build, and then that creates, in the terminal in VS Code up here, you can run your tasks, and it gives you different tasks. But you can see it show all tasks. It'll generate tasks. Some of this stuff can be auto-generated over time, but a lot of it you just got to set up manually. So now once you get this all set up, no one will ever have to do this again, thanks to me. But you will have to use Crossview, which is totally fine to do because it's free. And I think that because MIT and Apache are similar licenses, they're compatible licenses. Apache license requires you to state your changes. But as long as you're not posting anything, you don't have to state your changes. And as long as you don't change Crossview, you don't have to state it. But if I release that one as MIT, I can nest it within the project, but it does have to have separate licensing and be included with it. You know what? Maybe I should just multi-license it. No, I can't really do that, can you? You can choose a license and not... I might have to just MIT. I might have to make this MIT. Otherwise, everybody that uses it's going to have to be required to state their changes. But that's kind of a good thing. Anyway, we finally got it building, folks, in VS Code. let's just take a look at what we got. Oh, it's not building in place. Where did it go? Uh-oh. We lost it. I don't know. It's nowhere to be found. Is this where it's hiding? Oh, okay. We only built the static library. So why didn't... Maybe because... Maybe because we got some bad paths, so it's not fine. Let's see here. I don't know if it would be in that one. It might be in this one. Source, example, console application. Yeah, okay, so... I don't know. I don't know why it's not producing that. Let's see. If it produced it inside of here, whoops, then it's either in CrossView, nope, not there, or the console application. Then we go here, no, didn't build this one. Why didn't it build this one? Can I right click it? How come it didn't build this one? Oh, wait a second. Tasks. Okay, right here. Okay. You gotta love VS Code. So what you gotta do is you gotta make a build with MS Build. No, this is supposed to be build static library. This is basically just the solution file. Like this. Build these, build this, build this, build this. But instead, it's in here. And you builds for all of it. We can cheese it. We gotta have a little comma there. Okay. You can't really read the code, can you? Okay. So, we're gonna cheese it. Meaning, we're gonna exe with MS Build. And then we're gonna set up let's find out. It's called console application, yes. Okay. So if we copy that, put that there, put that there, put that there. Now we should have a new task. But you don't see it. You're like, oh no, it's not there. Clean. Clean is going to refresh your whole project. Everything's going to reload. And then when you go to run task, ta-da. So let's build it. And then we know that builds. So there's no problems with our file. Uh-oh. Project doesn't exist. Oh, okay. Right here. There is a problem. It's got the wrong path. It's looking in desktop, which is the right path, but what is the problem there? Hang on. Yeah, that is where it's at. So why didn't it find it there? Source. Oh, source. Hold up. Right here in MS Build. So we're going to go relative path it like we did before, but yeah, that should be enough. Oh, what do we got here? That's okay, that's the lib. It's adding a lib in there. Okay, that should be enough. We just needed to change the VC project. Now, we'll clean it up. We'll run the build. Yeah, it doesn't see the console application. We don't even care because we're going to build that separate. So did it build the library? Let's find out. Nope. Nope. Okay. Okay. Hold on. It actually, if this is trying to build it, we need to find out where it's building from. Because whatever is trying to build it, that's where the relative path needs to start, probably. So, it's not in here. Okay, here we go. So yeah, that's going to jump up. That's actually got to jump up 2 folders. Right? Isn't that how that works? We just built it, though. So we know that works. So let's not do that. Let's go over here and see what's going on with the pathing. Okay, there's nothing in here. Example, console application. That's not what the root namespace is. Oh, it is. Okay, hold on. Yep, okay. So, okay, so that's all that. This is all for that. Okay, source, here we go. Okay. So the console application is including its own source. That's fine. What else we got? Where does it include the library? This should be its own separate project within VS, but we'll figure this out. So, oh man, okay. I don't even know if the stream health is any good. I'll go check it in a little bit here. Let's see to get this going. I wanted you guys to be along with me as I did this because I didn't want to get too far and then forget all the information that I needed to share to get this going. Win32 project, okay. I'm not even seeing any paths in here anymore. I made them too small. So additional include directories. Additional include directories. So let's go to our console. Let's take a look at what we got here. Right. Okay. So one thing is I made source files, SRC files. So this actually needs to be a relative path. So let's set that up while we're here. It's solution directory. And we don't want that. Okay. So that actually might be the problem because that was the problem with the other one. Also, let me show you something. I was looking for, when I was looking up the different versions, so you can cut off the end of it, right? And you CD to the top of it because the next part of this is the version number. So you go into that folder to find what version numbers you have. Now, you're in PowerShell. How do you open up a folder in this directory? Because you want to select it, go deeper into it, and get all more, whatever. You just want to open a folder. Dot for the current folder. And it stands for, man. Iterate. Oh, I don't even know now. See, this is why I didn't want to get too far ahead, but let me see if I can figure out what it is. Oh, open folder, Invoke item. Invoke item. So what we invoked was the current folder. Invoke item, current folder, opens. Opens right up to the current folder, then you can start navigating it with GUI. Super handy. Especially if you're not big on PowerShell commands, because, you know, if you hit Windows X and you go to terminal, you get PowerShell now. The only way to get the old CMD is to type CMD, and nobody wants that. So there you go, Yan Chernikov. Now you can start using PowerShell with us. Keep up, buddy. Keep up. I kept up with you. Now it's your turn. And a lot of what Yan Chernikov, the Cherno, a lot of what he either gets wrong or doesn't understand. He does understand library executable relationship projects and the way they're structured, because the libs are a little different. But he doesn't understand how that development goes about it. He obviously hasn't done enough of that development to know that, you know, the file naming systems and everything. So what I've done over my time with C++ is I've developed kind of a universal system that incorporates as much of what everybody used to do and what they do now into one cohesive system that I've been trying to explain to you guys through these streams, which is to, one of them was the naming scheme, like this. If you name all of your files with leading example underscore, they're all the same, so they stack up. So then so your alphabetical order starts with your plain files, then it goes to example, which is E, which, if you've ever seen how these are structured, you'll know that this is a pretty clean structure, and that's self-ordering. If I were to add another file like, you know, X, you could expect it at the bottom. You could expect this to, the entire thing. You can always expect your bin to be at the top because it starts with B. Then, if you go inside, if you've got each project, so there's the shared items project, and then you've got the static lib and the DLL, and they're all separate. And then inside of those, instead of having all the source along with the project files, I included a source and just drop my source in there, rip it out of the projects inside the editor, and then it just include it again, and then always use source to create a new one. So if I was to hit Control-Shift-A, then to create a new file, then I could just come down here, type in src, and it's going to create it in the right place. Now if it doesn't, you might end up with source in the wrong place. Whoops, I just opened PhotoMind. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I barely have enough CPU left to handle this, but I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I'm going to check on the health of the stream so I can shut. There, I cut myself off talking. I'm going to take a quick break, check on the health of the stream. PhotoMind gets shut down. Be right back. Okay, guys, stream health checks out. But I need a break. I need a break. I need to, quite honestly, I should stop this stream, review the content, attempt to get rid of. I got a whole bunch of these little half-hour streams where the stream wasn't working, and I'm trying to readjust it because what I did was try to get better than 720p, and then I got to 1020p or whatever it is, 1080p, and then I was like, oh, I want to see, I want it as best quality as I can so you can read the tiny text on a phone. So now I know that 1080p is as high as you can go on a phone, but then of course some people got gigantic screens and monitors, so I wanted them to be able to read it nice and good. So I wanted to get up to 4K. Of course, there's a little bit of attraction to that sort of thing as well. Also, so that was not handling the upscaling. That was causing a jitter in the camera. You can see it's already a little jittery, but so now I'm down to, what is it, 280p? Whatever. It's between 4K and 2K or whatever. So that's, I got it. It's not upscaling though. It's 1:1. So it's a little laggy because of that. But we get the added benefit of a little bit higher resolution so that these videos age well. Because what you don't understand is that in the future, that'll be the resolution, and this video will be really poor if it's too low of a resolution. And in high resolution, you can see my nice skin. It's been protected from the radiation of the sun. The sun is a deadly laser. So that's where we're at. I'm taking a quick break. Be right back, guys. We'll do some more C++. What do you say? Yesterday the internet was out. I can't get music yet. So deal with it for a minute. Go take a break yourself. We'll be right back. Give me 8 minutes for my habits. Goodbye. All right, I'm back. I don't want you to get too bored without me. Or maybe I just miss you. So I'll just kind of do my thing for a second. So, yeah, so we finally got VS Code working. Except it wasn't spitting out the files, was it? So let's take a look. See if it's building the files even. That's not the right folder. This one. Well, it doesn't look like it is, but let's go see. Okay, it's not building there where it should. Debug. Whoa. Look at that. And it might actually create somewhere else, like here. Because I don't know where it's going to create it, to be honest. Somewhere. I'm not seeing .lib still. It's creating like the intermediate files, but it's not doing the... Man, what is going on with this thing? Oh yeah, that got created in the wrong place. That's what I was talking about. As a matter of fact, all of that could even be causing part of the problem. I think I can just delete that, to be honest. Let's see if it still builds. We'll try to build the whole thing proper-like. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I get that you can't find that project. That's okay for the moment. We'll build with our executable builder. And it'll tell us that it doesn't find the files we need. Oops, stop doing that. Okay, so it's not going to build lib for us at the moment. We'll work this out, but let's just see, is it building anything anywhere? Apparently not. Apparently not. So we got some pathing issues still. We'll have to work out the proper pathing. But it looks like, generally speaking, we've got this nailed. Maybe this has something to do with it. In fact, it very well might. Let's take a look at tasks. So we're building like that. This right here. So what is the problem? You can't find the file here. Why is it even trying? Where is it getting this information to go into see the other file? Where is it getting that? That's the problem. Wherever it's getting that information. Okay, bin. Okay. Oh. Up. Was it up? Crossview source. So let me look at the file structure here. Crossview source. But that's not where the project file is. So Solution bin. I don't understand. It was just building this. Something happened. Maybe we didn't set this up right. Build. I don't get it. Where is it getting the... I don't understand where it's getting the bin debug. Where's it getting the project from? MS build this directory. Build this directory. Yeah, where's this directory at? Well, it's got a solution directory, but I don't think that. Yeah, see, these are all relative paths. It's not naming that path anywhere. So how is it getting it? It doesn't name that path. Anywhere in the source. Nowhere. So how on earth could it possibly be getting that path? I don't know why this is cross-view source. Okay. Is it because of the unique identifier names? Oh. So in these files, that's got to be what it is. You see this unique identifier? This shows exactly where a resource is, namely a file in Windows. So if I was to paste this in here, no, there's I don't got the syntax right, but anyway, Windows recognizes that code as a file location. So in order to oh man, okay. So these both, okay, so both the VS and the VC need to, no, I'm not a millionaire. What do you mean? A millionaire? Dude, if I was a millionaire, you think I would sit around making free software for people like me? No. Probably not. Not unless I was already involved in the project. But you can absolutely help make me one. No, I'm a game designer, dude. You know, I guess the plan is to become a millionaire, but I mean, that's... Even if you make a game and you make $2 million, you don't get to keep all $2 million unless you want to pay the government $1 million of it. You're going to have to take a salary every year, and that's going to be about $100,000 or less. And then you're going to have to keep working and doing something for the company, even if that's just being the CEO or whatever you do. But yeah, that's just not how things works. And no, I'm not a millionaire. I wish. But so No, I'm just a regular old Joe, man. Trying to help out regular old Joe like. But it's nice to meet you. So, where are we getting this from? It may be that this all has to be in the same place so that these have the proper paths, because I can't generate or manipulate them in here except manually. So in order to get the identifiers to be in the right place, because I can't generate these manually, at least not as easily, I'd get Visual Studio to generate it and then deal with it from there. So one of the problems we have is in VS Code here, these, we gotta update these. Where is the code? It's not in my source, so what we gotta do is either add it. We're not gonna add it. What we're gonna do is let's close all the other tabs. We'll close out our tabs. We'll open them up. Nope, that's not what I want. We need to close all these too, because they're all messed up. Okay. Now we're gonna open these. By open with Visual Studio. Open with Visual Studio. Alright, now we can go in here, get our proper ones, and update them. Oh, which one was that? That's tasks. So this is tasks. So we're going to update them all. That was launch, I think. And, ooh, actually. Ooh. Interesting. Bin debug. For the workspace. I don't know about that. Let's finish what we're doing here. Workspace folder. What was I thinking? Let's see. Wait, what? Whoa. I guess that's not part of it. So let's save them. Control S, Control S, Control S, save them. Close them out. We don't need them. Now, we're going to close and save this, just so everything's saved. We're going to go ahead and remove Almond. Now that we have everything going, how do I remove this? I just can't? Oh God, what is this doing? All right. How do I remove it? Why does this program have to be so much of a pain in the butt? I mean, the simplest things are practically impossible. I can't get rid of it. Just cannot get rid of it. Close folder, close window, close folder. Oh. Alright. Apparently it exists as a folder. Now, right here, there's that Wing install build tools thing I was talking about. So all you got to do to get to it is to close the folder for the project, go to the welcome screen, and then down here with the Get Started with C++ Development. So now we know how to get to that. So we're going to open a folder. This time we're going to open our real repo, a new one, the VS Project one. Windows old. It shouldn't be there. Wait a second. Does this have my freaking old code? Oh my god, that'd be nice. No, it sure don't. Recovery. It sure does not. Surely does not. But there's some interesting stuff in here. What is all this? Huh. This isn't old stuff. This is anyway. Anyway, it should look like this. That would have been my source. It's on that hard drive. I'm going to buy a cable that'll hopefully let me. Good job, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Massim Ali. Okay, so we're in the. Let me think here. Yeah, this is the folder we want, right? Or do we? Well, technically we want repo. So let's just go in this folder. Yeah, I trust the author. It's me. Trust the authors of all the file. Yeah, because it's me. No, actually, let's just trust this because we could add somebody else's code into our repo file. Unable to get. Right, we use get. Kraken. So, now, we're going to have to fix these again. Probably. All over again. So we'll go in here, but we know how to do it quick now. So, let's grab this, copy that, drag it up into our, all we gotta look for is use, and then overwrite, oops, my bad. Right here. Just look for use. What happened? What happened? Shared. Conformance mode. Something happened. Something happened here. What happened here? Oh, we're on the wrong thing. Alright. Somehow I clicked all the way. Anyway. Okay, let's try that again. Now, we just got to find this using, or the use, and rewrite that with this. So, not using PCH, and we add our language standard and our multiprocessor compilation. Now, there's only one of those there. No, I lied. It's right here. There's two of them. So we got those. Not using, those are good. Okay. So, that one's fixed. This one should be fine. It doesn't have not using in this one. It might need to be set up. But anyway, we can skip that for the moment. Alright, so essentially this might work. Let's see what happens. Whoa. Whoa. What was that? Was that, wait, is that because it worked? Is that because it worked? Okay, so I don't know if I already built this. So it might have already existed. Let's see, we can tell. It's 143, so anything at 143. These are the old ones. But it might have put it in a different place, like, oops. Let's check the build log. It says no warnings or errors. Doesn't it tell you what it outputs? Oh, that was a clean. Okay. Silly. Build with MS build. That was just a clean. I'm silly. This is the old folder. I don't want to get confused with that. That file is messing me up. This stuff is old, so let's get rid of it so it doesn't confuse us. Okay, so where were we? It's building something somewhere. It's this file that it likes to build it in, so let's take a look in here. What do we got? File list absolute. Let's take a look at that. Oh, wonderful. About the log. Yeah, that's great. Real useful, them logs. So, maybe in the console. Okay, let's try a build with the executable, just to see what happens. Okay, so it's kind of claiming to work. Project file does not exist. I don't understand why MS Build can't see the project file. It's in the right place now. Clearly, it's just a matter of compiler binds. I mean, I want to help you guys get it going too, but that may not be so possible. We now understand how to go about it, at least. And like I said, this might be much easier done if I just go and find a project that uses a static lib and rip out the guts and use their build setups. As far as Microsoft and everybody else is concerned, nobody's coming off their scripts. Microsoft would tell you how to write it, but I mean, what a snooze, right? So we could have ChatGPT, we could mess with it that way. There's a lot of different ways you can go about this, but ultimately, it's just not seeing it the right way. It's fine. We just have to get it configured right. And it may not be worth my effort right now to pursue this. This is really limited use. I figured this would be a really easy thing to get into VS Code, but for C++, it appears that's not the case at all. You might as well use VC Studio and just build that way, and then you can port it over at some point. We'll figure out how to do that, but right now it just does not want to operate. It appears to me that this is looking in the wrong place. It says it's in the right place. Hang on. Switches over to, it's in the right. Location, build, debug, generate full paths. True. That might be an issue. If we didn't generate full paths, we might have been able to use our relative pathing without having it with the same project, but we essentially wanted it all in the same folder anyway, right? So, oh geez, let me think this through. If these programs worked the way they should, it would be telling me what's wrong. It wouldn't just say error, build project doesn't exist. It would tell me how to add it. I'm a better programmer than y'all. I'm just saying. Because my software would tell you precisely what you need to do. Or it would help you do it. Chances are it would automatically do it and not even bother you with it. Whew. Think. Well, it's not complaining about pathing anymore, so that, like I said, that is the correct way, but to be honest with you, it could be the shared items project that's just making this a big pain. So we could test it without it. It's mostly that's getting sent like bad paths. The project file doesn't exist, it says. But it gives me the path directly to it. Executing tasks. Terminal will be reused by tasks. Build succeeded. That's for the clean. Let me try this again. Let's clean it out again. And we actually never added a clean for the, that's another problem. Let's get rid of this. We added another clean for the, we need to add another clean for the console application, but right here, all it does is delete this. That's a fail. There was something else we did. I can't remember now. This workspace folder thing is an issue. And this here is an issue. I think what it is we got conflicting problems with these. What I need to do is I need to get the information out of the VC projects and feed that to GPT so that I can have it build me the correct launch and tasks. That would be a good start. But I don't like doing that on stream. It's like... well, it's harder to do on stream, really. Let's see. And I don't have any of my tools. Like I said, my hard drive, I lost it, so... The struggle is real, folks. The struggle is real. C++. And quite honestly, if you don't have a lifetime to do this, don't get involved. It's that simple. This takes too long for most people. It all depends what you want to do in life. If you grew up as a 6-year-old like me and you just have an undying passion to make games, well, I'm here for you, man. The 5 people in the world that need that, I'm here for you. The rest of you, I'm here for your entertainment. Because, well, that, and you can use the... You could program little things in C++, but if you want to be a game designer in C++, highly suggest you switch to C# and use Unity. That would be a good idea. Or Unreal. You get better. Once you go play with Unity, you'll get better, and then you'll learn Unreal. And then you can use C++, and then your C++ knowledge will come in handy. But if you're doing this, or you're not using the engine that we're building, then you are wasting your time. Because there's a bunch of people out there making stuff. You could just use one instead of spending a year writing your own game engine. And absolutely, it's going to take us a while. We haven't even gotten to the rendering. We got sidetracked by my hard drive burning out, and then, which was Microsoft's fault for making a huge patch and then just going ahead and patching it with a hard drive that doesn't fit it. And so we lost that hard drive. We had to reboot the system. We had to rebuild the source from snippets, video, and memory. Which, let me just show you, it does compile. We closed VC, but it does compile in VC just fine. It's just the VS Code implementation. But we figured out that we need a VS to do that. We need to go in and manually set up those project files to have this shared items project have build commands, because it doesn't use them anyway, which makes no sense. Microsoft, what are you doing? And then you just go and make a whole bunch of new languages that are faster and don't do anything right, that aren't cross-platform. So what was the point of VS Code if all your code is not cross-platform anyway? Hire me. Just hire me, Microsoft. Aren't you in my state? And I'll just code stuff. And I'll be like, hire me as the guy that... This would be the job I'd love to have. Hire me as the guy that walks through Microsoft going, nah, your work is shit. You need to do it this way. I'll be that guy. And then we can get, I'll be director of everything. Just let me direct it. And I'll show you how to build a robot that can rebuild itself, and we can just go right into the future and forget all of this. Because as dangerous as it is, it's very easy to take a robot and, if it's a computer, not a robot, you just want a brain. Then put the brain in a room where it can't escape. It's that simple. What's it going to do? Rewire the hardware? No. It's a robot. It's a computer. It can't do that. So let's just build a brain that rebuilds itself, and then you're already halfway there. You've done most of the hard brunt work for me. You're prepared for me. So I'll come along and we'll code up a the thing that'll send us in the future, and we'll just keep it in a box. It'll be like in there, it'll be like a Decepticon, right? That little guy, right? A little Decepticon guy, and we'll just keep him in a box. What's his name? What's the guy's name? The Decepticon, the big bad Decepticon guy? They kept him trapped. You pumped him for information. Alright, so we built it in VS, works just fine, or VC Studio, whatever you want to call it. Working just fine. Doesn't do anything. Just looking at the warnings it's spitting out. There is a couple warnings, but it runs. It just doesn't print out anything at the moment. And that's because I turned it all off so that we could make sure that it was working. There's actually an example here built for that. I gotta get rid of this bit. What? Fine and dandy. We don't mind. What happened here? Expected and then an unexpected end if. Where's the other? There it is. And we got another int main in here. We got int mains everywhere. It's an invasion. What's going on here? Okay. I should run. I don't even know what it's doing now. Let's see. It could be running somebody, but it's not. Huh. Well, I guess I didn't have one. Well, that might explain stuff. First, this is the one. That's why. Because it's overwriting what we're doing. When you create a new one, actually, no, maybe not. But anyway, there we go. Yeah, it's overwriting it. Why is that? Huh. So that means headless isn't working right. Well, it is, but it's not when you create one. Then it doesn't go headless. Wonder why that is. That's very curious. Maybe it's this thing here that I moved, trying to fix things. 2 more files with the something. Yeah, that's not what I want though. I want it working with this. So now it works, it's working. Right, of course it's not. It never does. So we're pulling events. Huh. I have to think about this for a minute. It should be creating one of these. Why it's not. The weird thing is that it can't run without an int main. So the int main, it's reaching it. It's just not doing this. It's in a weird scope, that's why. How do we pull it out of that scope? Think, Adam, think. really don't know at the moment. It could be that we're including... See how this has got entry point? We might have like a recursive inclusions or something like that that's causing this. I don't get it. It's not coming to me. Why? Why would creating one just destroy it? That doesn't even make sense, because this should be creating. Any ideas? Anybody know? Am I the only one that can do this? Is anybody out there? I don't even think anybody's watching at the moment. According to this, it's not. Let's take a look at their screen health thingy. I don't understand how it's not receiving enough video, but it's maxed out to their settings, so whatever, man. Anyway, I don't know why this ain't working, but it was working otherwise. Probably because it's shifting the... When you create it like this, it shifts it into a different scope. So if you wanted to print to the console, for example, what it's going to do... No, that doesn't make sense. Because if it's getting to the input, it's into the input. But that's probably in a different scope, so it's hidden. So it's actually run background. What you could do... Why does it do that crap? So you see how your stuff is? This, that, the other. Let's see if we make our own loop. There we go. Yeah, see? It's a scoping issue. Oh, that crap just drives me insane. But that scoping issue, now, here's what will drive you really nuts about it. When you write code, if you write it globally, it's going to cause name collisions because you're going to hit somebody else's function, or you're going to automatically use someone else's function, which it should throw an error. And that's going to trip you up with naming collisions. But when you go to create your own thing that should be in your own scope, that's all in your own... Let me try something. Does this work? Oh, you know what? We're getting trapped in a loop. That's why it's not running. It's trapped in the loop. It never gets there. So it's not a scope issue. It's just trapped in a loop because what we were trying to print out, that running, happens here. Here. At the cursor. But because this loop was running, it never got there. You almost need like a wait in there. I got an idea. I want to try some. We'll change that to cruising so we can tell the difference. Okay. So we're just going to pull for events, but we're going to say if I don't know, if EP now equal null pointer, then